Hello guys and girls, welcome back to another video if you are not new, and welcome if you're new. It's another drawing video because that's all I have right now. But I really like this portrait. I think it's a really awesome drawing. I really do. So you should definitely like it. And I've decided to start using my fountain pen more like a dip pen, and not because I particularly wanted to. Well, I think it's all right to do so, um, but mostly because there's so little ink left that if I try to get ink in the fountain pen, not all of the nib, the head of the fountain pen, stays in the ink, so mostly air gets in the cartridge, which means I will have to refill it 1,000 times. So I would much rather do this, I guess. Yeah. Starting with the eyes and the head and the nose and all the stuff I usually do with the Twisby Eco fountain pen. But I do have to buy more ink at some point. Not right now, but in the near future, I guess. Yeah. Boom. It's been another day. It's been another couple of days. I've been working yesterday, and today I have we got the last things for our costume because we're going to a party where every class has to have a theme, and our theme is like safari, animal watching and khakis and animals. So we got the last stuff there, some shorts. I already have some boots and a green shirt, and I borrowed my dad's like vest thing, which kind of fit the vibe. So that's pretty great, if you ask me. But yeah, I'm just happy that we got it. I also got a pretty nice canvas. It was in a frame, like it's really heavy. It's like a wooden frame. For really cheap, like 100 by 73 centimeters. So a pretty decent sized canvas, and also just a nice good price. So that's gonna be a cool painting. I already have an idea for it, or at least something to do. So that's great. And we also looked at a turntable actually. I was debating with myself because I already have a turntable, but it could be better, and there's things I would not necessarily fix, but just I would switch it out pretty quickly if I could. Not because this one is bad. There's just things with it that could be better. And I do think that one of the things would be the head, not the head, the spinning part. I can't remember what it's called exactly, but the part that spins, the record. It's a little bit short, so it's not a full size where the record has, all the space it needs. And that's not great on this one. And also just is not really that expensive. The speakers are nice, but could be better. But the one I looked at was a full, size spinning plate, and didn't have any speakers, but it could interface with the speakers I already have. So it should work, I think. It in reality it doesn't really matter. It was like 200 kroner, which would be a fair price. Like, it is a fair price. I looked on the internet to be like, okay, if this is like 1,000 kroner or 2,000 kroner, something like that, I will definitely purchase it, just because then I could probably resell it if I didn't need it. But yeah, it stood for around like 300-400, and that's a nice price. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's like at one point, it's more economically smart to just purchase a better turntable for more. So if I were to spend like 3,000 kroner or just 2,000 directly for a newer, more like, a better turntable and speakers, it could just be the move, because I'm listening to records, yes, but not that much. So I have a nice collection. I'm building the collection every chance I get with cool records, but it's still, not the only thing I do. I would like a much bigger collection, but also a much better setup to listen to it. Yeah. That was my little rant about records again. I think people realize I like records. Just a little bit. I did some painting today too. I was also at school, but yeah, doesn't matter. That's the boring part. I did a little bit of painting, not anything crazy, but just something I was like, okay, I can do this, because I had some time. I had to eat lunch at home, and I had to make this drawing and do a little bit of painting if I wanted to. That was basically it, like all I had to do. But I I still would like it. So I did that, and that was great. Yeah. But tomorrow is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a great party, I think. Um, my friends, they instead of paying for two of my friends were with me in the car, because we went to a city that's like half an hour away to go thrift shopping for the last stuff we needed, and we all found something, which was awesome. So, but I was like, yeah, guys, can you like spot me some gas money? Because I'm like broke a little bit. And they're like, why can't we just purchase you some beers at the party tomorrow? I was like, that's a better plan, because it's the same value. And I was gonna purchase beers at the party. It's like, they have a school bar thing, so you can't purchase anything strong. It's just then there's, teachers giving you beers and making sure that the drinks don't contain too much alcohol. So that was pretty great. But yeah, so that's a fair price to me. Like, in a way, that's a good deal. I'd make that deal. Yeah. The videos haven't been doing so well. I don't really know what it is, but in fact, I've experienced times like this. I don't know, many times. Like sometimes, just randomly, everything does well, and other times things do extremely worse. Even though it's nearly the same content, like it's close to the same content. But we will see how this video does. I'm like, I care, but I don't care. I would like the videos to do well, but I don't like. It's not really my choice if they do or don't. Yeah. I don't really have anything crazy going on tonight. I have to pick up a friend because she's at something. It's not a party. It's not late. It's like 8, like a little bit like at 8 or something. So it's not late, but it's not early either. You have to pick her up from something. So yeah, because I'm just, I'm getting paid to drive, so I'm like, yeah, I have nothing better to do. Might as well sat and figured out how much I would want. What would be fair, because I have to pay for the gas, of course, but also I have to pay myself a little bit extra for the car, and just um, me in general. Just it costs money to get me out of bed. I can't really remember the reason why she needed someone to pick her up, but there's something about like there was some people driving, but then they couldn't today, or something, or I don't really know. I think I just also yeah, I don't care. Just I get paid. It's good. That's all right with me, man. And of course, it's one of my good friends, so it's like it's of course it's helping myself, but it's also helping a friend in a way. and that's important too. But basically, I drive anybody. I just need cash. That's just how it is.